Well, a very good morning to you this morning. Nicholas Gibbs and I both estimated last night that Tesla would go down this morning, and we've been proven right. Profit taking is, of course, what we were predicting, and that's what we're getting. And profit taking after a run up of over 30% seems pretty normal to me. Even if the durable goods news was really good and Trump was dovish on the tariffs today, or yesterday, and going into today. So you might have thought that the market would be in a better mood, but so far at least the market is in a profit-taking mood. I do admit to being surprised, however, because after Nicholas Gibbs and I did our show, and even after Gary Black and I did our show later that evening, there was more action, more news, and I kind of thought that people would pick up on this news, and yet everything I read, people don't seem to get how important this is. But maybe I'm the one that's out of step. We'll see. You let me know in the comments whether I'm the one that's out of step or whether everybody else is missing it. Here's the news. This is from Tesla's their own account on X. The future is autonomous, and it starts in Austin this June. Thanks to Austin City and Texas DOT for hosting and supporting our efforts to unlock safe and low-cost premium point-to-point electric transport. Okay, well, you say, well, Randy, we already knew that. We knew that there would be the launch in June of the Robotaxi network. This is not news. This is just confirmation. And why do you think that that should make the stock go up? Well, here's what I don't think people are I don't know. Let's say, okay. One, confirmation that the party in Austin is still happening in June. Well, that's good. This would not be announced if they had the slightest doubt that the product is ready to go, not in 3 months. No, the product is ready to go right now. They are driving vehicles right now. They are testing vehicles right now that they know are safer than humans. This is not a question anymore. You don't re-announce. You don't confirm the announcement. You don't, okay. So in my opinion, this means version 14 or whatever they're going to call it, whatever this next version to come out will be capable of being unsupervised. That will be, of course, an important step, but we'll see. Okay, so that would be number one for me, is that this confirmation is more than just confirmation, normal confirmation that you're going to have a party or that you're going to have a meeting or something. No, this is a very different kind of confirmation. Number two, here's what I'm not seeing reported at all. They actually named the state of Texas Department of Transportation and the city of Austin as hosting. I read into this, and I can't imagine that I'm wrong, that they have proven to both of these entities beyond any doubt that the system is ready to go and will be safe. Okay. I mean, why do they mention them? These people are hosting. They have to have driven it. They have to have seen the data. There's no other way that they be hosting and or even allowing it. Would the city of Austin be allowing them to begin this process if they hadn't gotten solid proof that the cars are safe? Would Elon Musk be rolling it out in June if he didn't think it was 100% safe? He will be on the hook. I mean, not he, but us, all of us. Tesla will be on the hook, of course, if there are accidents that harm people. Number three, therefore, FSD unsupervised must also be ready to go now. It's only a matter of when they decide to reveal that version that will no longer have safety interventions, except for maybe once every 100,000 miles or something. Number four, if they can prove this to the Texas, if they can prove it to the Texas Department of Transportation, they should be able to prove it to NHTSA, China, and Europe. One would think. Unless Texas DOT is foolish or not interested in safety or easily persuaded. I don't think that's true. So why, if Texas approves it, it would seem like everybody else will approve it. Number five, if FSD is already safer than humans, it is still the worst that it will ever be. And it's just going to get better and better and better. Well, take that into consideration with Cathie Wood yesterday being interviewed and sticking with her $2,600 price target for 2029 plus another 10x on top of that for Optimus. So her price target for 2029 or 2030 would be 26,000. That would be the stock price. 100 times up from where we are. Well, not quite 100. Call it 9. Call it 90 times where we're up from now. Speaking of approval in Europe, this is from 𝐄𝐦𝐚𝐢𝐥, FSD supervised in Europe. He says the vote is in, the meeting minutes are out. The '01 series amendments to UN Regulation 171 DCAS, allowing SIM on highways, was adopted at the March UNECE meeting. 35 in favor, 1 abstention, and 0 against. In force around 25 September 2025, supervised autonomy in Europe is now one step closer to becoming reality. So they've passed this. It'll start up in September. Yeah. Anyway, this particular poster says, though positive, it has become more obvious that the UNECE is way too slow. This vote means nothing more than EAP on highways with less steering wheel nags and possible reintroduction of more capabilities. Will Tesla want to comply? I don't even think so, he says. I believe they need to walk the RDW exemption path via Article 39. Okay. Herbert Ong has this morning. He says, should Tesla investors worry that buyers are being turned off of Tesla's brand? Caanacord Genuity analyst George Giannakis recently surveyed more than 1,000 people about their feelings towards Tesla. And guess what? Almost 2/3 of respondents were more likely. More likely. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I misread that? I know I sound like Stephen Mark Ryan now, right? Never mind. I don't want to. I like Stephen Mark Ryan, but I don't want to be him. Almost 2/3 of respondents were more likely to buy a Tesla than they were a year ago. Almost 2/3 of respondents were more likely to buy a Tesla than a year ago. Still, 21% were less likely to buy a Tesla, with 80% of those swayed by recent politics. So politics matter, but the number of people turned off might be smaller than feared. Caanacord has a price target of $404. By the way, this goes along with the other, I think, 1,000 people that were surveyed by okay, write out Morgan Stanley. Okay, for you, what happened here? Okay. This is from Gary Black this morning. He says the Tesla is down this morning as Canada freezes ZEV payments to Tesla and prohibited the EV maker from benefiting from future EV rebate programs in response to Trump's proposed 25% tariffs. Gary says, we see the loss of Canada's EV credits as insignificant to Tesla earnings. It will only affect them by 1 penny per share in the grand stream of things, other than its retaliation against the U.S. and other countries could take a similar path against Tesla or other U.S. firms. 2 weeks ago, Tesla, in a letter to regulators, warned a trade war could increase its costs and that countries could impose tariffs on its vehicles or products made in the U.S. Quote, past U.S. special tariff actions have thus increased costs to Tesla for vehicles manufactured in the United States and increased costs for those same vehicles when exported from the United States, resulting in less competitive international marketplace for U.S. manufacturers, the company wrote. We only hope, says Gary, we only hope Trump will listen to his new billionaire friend about the potential global economic damage caused by tariffs as global trade retaliations increases. So if you listen to Gary last night on the program, Gary is very much against all the tariff, well, maybe not all. He's against, in general, he's not a big fan of tariffs. We didn't go into a lot of detail on that, but if you missed that show last night, you should go back and check it out. I'll leave a card in a minute. Fast Company says the quiet part out loud. This is the guy who wrote these stories. Says, I spent some time with Elon Musk in 2008. Musk was already business famous then, having parlayed his profits as a member of the so-called PayPal mafia into SpaceX and Tesla. How about having parlayed his profits as the founder of the company that would eventually become PayPal? Anyway, there was 2 companies, they merged, etc. Okay, he was named CEO of Tesla that year and became the lead investor in 2004. I bet that to this day, 95 out of 100 people assume he founded Tesla. He didn't found Tesla, the motor company. He did. There would be no Tesla today if he hadn't stepped in. They were playing around with a fun roadster that they would probably have never gotten built. Anyway, I bet see. He was also chairman of Solar City, a residential solar installation startup that Tesla later acquired. His brother was really the one who put that one together. I admired Musk a great deal. Here was an ambitious thinker still in his 30s who saw no problem as too big to solve. He had an immense ego and adored attention. Elon Musk has a large ego meaning he has a great understanding of who he is, what his capabilities are, and that's a very, very good thing. Adoring attention, but he was also focused on the right things. I reached out to ask him to contribute an essay to a special issue of Esquire that I was editing about the most influential people of the 21st century. He agreed and wrote about how important it was for humans to become multiplanetary. I visited him, yes, even back then, no, even when he was like way younger. I visited him SpaceX headquarters then in Hawthorne and had lunch with him and his first wife, Justine, and his fashion model mother, May, one Saturday afternoon in Manhattan. I found him to be brilliant, distant, and nearly impossible to talk to. Very few people have said this. I don't know. He's anyway, far less interested in humans in his presence than whatever challenge in his brain was chewing. Oh, well, that's probably true. Who cared? We don't need our geniuses to be friendly. We need them to be effective and at least somewhat altruistic. Musk seemed to fit the bill, but things have changed gradually. Then suddenly, I don't have the space to narrate it all here, nor do I need to. Even before Musk translated the quasi-public square, formerly known as Twitter, into a right-wing campaign apparatus, every indication that I've seen is that it is now evenly split between the right and the left, where before it was a left-wing apparatus. I had come to believe, as many did, that his titanic accomplishments were outweighed by the harm he has done and continues to do, particularly via Doge. Oh, so you're an absolute left-winger. You're showing your stripes, so you can't be believed in anything that you say ever again with regard to your stupid magazine. Musk is a presence in our most innovative companies issued this year. Musk is a presence. He is not actually present, but he's a presence. He has a presence in our most innovative companies issue this year, but only as a shadow. As we are putting the issue together, a theme emerged in the companies we chose. Rocket Lab, not SpaceX. No, Rocket Lab is definitely more innovative than SpaceX. Blue Sky, they're not X. I mean, Blue Sky is clearly, they're getting into payments. Blue Sky, right? Blue Sky is just introduced really, really great new things in Grok. They have a similar thing like Grok. Oh, so it's Blue Sky, not X. Waymo, oh yes, and BYD, definitely not Tesla. 𝐖𝐞𝐲𝐝, I don't know them. Not Starlink. I mean, Starlink, no. That I can see where all the new things that Starlink is doing, they wouldn't even be on their radar. Executive editor Amy Farley oversees this issue. Incredible work, Amy. And as she noted, we selected all these Musk rivals without realizing it. The companies are simply more compelling and vital to their fields right now. I find this both heartening and inspiring because it's not Elon. Boy, I said. It reminds me that no single company or person ever dominates a sector of business forever. That has always been true, and it seems especially important to remember right now. What a complete moron. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is from CPAIN. Man, I'm sorry. This is his handle is CPA. Oh, there we go. CPA in NYC in New York City. Okay. According to him, another lie by the Financial Times. Who knew? The author claims that Tesla improved its cash flow by taking longer to pay its suppliers. Tesla actually reduced the time to pay its supplier from 63 days in quarter four 2023 to now 58 days in quarter four 2024. These payment terms are in line with the industry average. Financial Times, you are a complete loser also. Top Gear had this morning, talking about the new Model Y improvement. It was a very, 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 very long article with great details. Not a bad article, by the way, if you want to go back and take a look at it. Here was his conclusion. A massive improvement to the Model Y from Tesla. It may have taken the company a while to react to the feedback, but they've got there in the end. The new Y is quieter, more efficient, calmer to drive, nicer to be in. The only issue is that where it was a good distance from the competition, it's now just about keeping ahead of the curve, and the initial surprise and delight is gone. It might look better, but there's an element of placid androgyny to it now. It looks a lot like other electric SUVs, and there's no badge on the front to tell you what it is, but there's still Tesla's supercharger network to back up the ownership prospect, and buyers won't be disappointed with the hardware or the experience. A decent evolution rather than revolution that might be needed next time. Okay. This is Randy Kirk. Please hit like if you liked anything I've said so far. Hit subscribe, hit notify. Later on today, what will we have today? Probably Brian Wang at the 7:45 hour. Could be Brian White, but probably Brian Wang. And then we'll have, I'm almost sure we'll have Jeff Lutz as usual on Wednesday at about 5-ish. Okay, and then hitting Patreon would be good. Oh, by the way, you can now become a member of my YouTube channel also. I know up till now I haven't had that option, but if you would like to support me, if you'd like to support this work that I do, you can do that through becoming a member of my YouTube channel. Just check it out on YouTube right there, someplace up there it says that. Okay, new orders, according to the durable goods portion of the Census Department said, new orders for manufactured durable goods in February up 2 consecutive months, increased by 2.7 billion or 0.9%. The U.S. Census Bureau announced today. This followed a 3.3% January increase. Excluding transportation, new orders increased by 0.7%. Excluding defense, new orders, the core was up 0.8%. Transportation equipment also up 2 consecutive months, and the increase was 1.5%. So everything across the board in durable goods was very, very good news. The market could care less about it. But I got to tell you something, durable goods increasing would be something that would be the last part of the market if this continues. And by the way, you've heard me say this before. In writing about and studying recessions now for 35 years, I guess, maybe more, 40 years I've been studying about and writing about recessions. This recession, the follow-on to this recession has been unlike no other. We poured so much money into the pockets of people that didn't need it. It was extra money that people went out and spent tons of money on durable goods during the COVID when we were getting those checks. And usually it only takes a year for the durable goods industry to recover. This time it's taking 3. Maybe this will be the year. We will see. Maybe later this year, we'll see this recovery. Shipments of manufactured durable goods in February up 3 consecutive months, increased by 1.2%. This followed a 0.7% increase last month. Transportation, also up 3 consecutive months, led the increase, up 2%. Unfilled orders for manufactured durable goods in February up 7 of the last 8 months, increased by 0.1%. So that was just a small increase. And then transportation equipment also up 7 of the last months, led the increase, up 0.2%. Inventories of manufacturing, I don't care about inventories. Capital goods, I care about this. Non-defense new orders for capital goods in February decreased by 1.5%. This is not good. Shipments increased by 0.5%, but the unfilled orders, we would like to see those increase, or new orders, we'd like to see those increasing. All right, so that's what's happening with durable goods. Actually, pretty good news in general. Yesterday, I ended with a kind of funny news story about politics. I'm going to end with a kind of funny news story about politics again. I think James Carville has lost his touch. Back on February 23rd, Carville said very, very firmly that Trump White House will suffer a massive collapse in less than 30 days. What's today? Oh, the 26th. That's more than 30 days. And according to the Rasmussen poll this morning, Trump's numbers are at 51% positive. Even his strongly positive is larger than his strongly negative. That doesn't, James, I'm not sure that sounds like a collapse. Okay, let's find out where the numbers are. Checking out whether we still are looking at a fall in Tesla. Boy, we're down 4.47% in the face of that news. This is very, very interesting. But again, I think Nicholas suggested that we might be testing 270. I think that's right. I think that's the number he said could happen. We've got the NASDAQ down 1.2%, S&P down 0.38%, and the Dow Jones actually up 0.37%. Tesla, by the way, has bottomed at this point, or at least, it's got a little, at the bottom, tending up again. Apple has been up all morning, up 0.02%, not very much. The rest of the Magnificent Seven is down. Believe it or not, NVIDIA is down more than Tesla, down 4.68 compared to Tesla's 4.12, which has just actually improved for the last couple seconds. We got the Cathie Woods all down except for TDOC. And Block is actually down. Okay, so there you go. Let's go ahead and take a look at those bonds. Here we go. I did this wrong. Here we go. The 10-year is up. I hate to tell you this. The 10-year is up 4 basis points. This is probably because the durable goods. I'm not sure overall, but we're sitting at 4.348. I don't like to see that. 2 years also up 3.3 basis points, and the 2-month down actually 0.3 of a basis point. Oil this morning also was headed higher. Let's see if it still is. We have got oil up 97 cents. Yes, we are now $69.97. Maybe it will bounce off of 70. It will go back down. I hate to, yeah. So you see, it's all bad news this morning. You have to wait until the good news show tonight. I wouldn't be totally shocked to see some things turn around by the end of the day. Brent is up a similar amount, still sitting at $4 difference. NASDAQ at NASDAQ. Natural gas, $3.89, up 1.54%. So hitting up against that $4 number. Gold down a tad, 3,023, down $2.60. Silver down 0.06%, still over $34 at 34.16. And copper up 1.21, climbing up that all-time high ladder, 5.272. The dollar this morning is edging up some more. And Bitcoin is down 1321, back down to 86,700, that is. And that is where things are right now. Okay, so later on today, Jeff Lutz, 5 o'clock-ish, and then 7:45, either Brian Wang or Brian White, more likely Brian Wang. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, are we going to go back and take one more look to see if Tesla is recovering more? Let's see. Is it still on the way up? What? Oh, down $12, which is 4.11. That's exactly where it was when we looked at it a couple seconds ago. All right. So, yeah, like, subscribe, notify, and Patreon. And now, if Patreon was something you didn't want to support for any reason, you can support me right here on YouTube by becoming a member on YouTube. Check it out. That's all I got for you right now. See you a couple more times later today. It's been great talking to you.